Okay, so today we are going to do a revision again, once again, on the consumer price index and the methods of preparing or making a consumer price index number. There are two methods for making a consumer price index. First is the family budget method. Family budget method, which is also called as weighted relatives or weighted relatives, and the formula for this will be CPI, consumer price index, is equal to sigma WR upon sigma W, where R is equal to P1 upon PO into 100 and W is the weights. W is the weights. This is for calculating family budget, which is also called weighted relatives. The second method is the aggregative expenditure method. Aggregative expenditure method, which is calculated as CPI is equal to sigma P1 Q0 upon sigma P0 Q0 into 100, which is nothing else but Laspier's method. Okay, sigma P1 QO upon sigma PO QO into 100. This is nothing else but Laspier's method. Now, what does Laspier do? He took the base year quantity as a weight. Base year quantity is Q0. Okay, remember one thing, children. When we come to quantity, Q0 is the base year's quantity and Q1 is the current year quantity, right? Similarly, for price, it is P0 or P0 is the base year price and P1 is the current year price. So last year has taken the weights of the base year quantity as the weights. Okay. When we talk about Pashi, which is the second method, he has taken the current year's quantity as the weight. That will be the difference as the weight. Okay. Now, based on these two, we will do a numerical on this consumer price index. So, can I write on this board? Yeah. Now, we have a question. Find out the consumer price index and the weighted index from the following data. The data is given as items. Items we have food, fuel, clothing, fuel, clothing, then rent and miscellaneous. Okay, the weights are given. The weights are given W in percentage. That is, what is the weights given? 35, 10, 10, 20, 15 and 20. Okay, then the price of the base year, which is 05, the year 2005, 150, 25, 75, 30, 40. These are the prices given for the base year. Okay, this is not 150, this is 1500. 300. Price for the present year, which is 10, for the year 2010 is which one is this? Price for the we have made a mistake, child. 1400 over here and 200. See, you have given the present year's thing. So this was 1400, 200, 500, 200, and the last was 250. This was for the base year's price. The current year price is 1500, 250, 750, then it is 300 and 400. Yeah. So now consumer price index is equal to sigma WR upon sigma W. This is the formula I had given you. And first and foremost, we have to find R. R is equal to P1 upon PO into 100. Which means in the rough column, take 1500 upon 1400 into 100. These two cut off. Then 1500 divided by 14. You get 107.14. You get 107.14. Likewise, second one in the rough, 250 upon 200 into 100, that is equal to 125. Then 750 upon 500 into 100, 150. Then again 300 upon 200 into 100, that is again 150. And the last one is 400 upon 250 into 100. Okay, this gives you 4000 upon 25, that is equal to 160. Okay, R is found out. Now what we need is to multiply it with W, the weight. So the next column will be WR, that is 35 multiplied by 107.14 into 35. That will be, I have worked it out already, 3749.9. Next one is 1250, 125 into 10 will be 1250. Then 150 into 3000. Then 150, 15, 15s are, how much is that? How much? 2250. 2250. 160 to 20 will be how much? 3200. Okay. Now we need the sum of W, which is 5, 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is sigma W is equal to 100 and sigma WR is equal to 0.99549, 10, 14, carry over 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10, 12, 13. 1349.9. So using these values, substitute them here. 13449.9 upon 100. That will be two places of decimal. 134.49 is your answer. This is by the family budget method. The second method was weighted aggregate method. The second method was CPI is equal to sigma P1 Q0 upon sigma P0 Q0 into 100. So what we need now is to multiply P1 and QO. In first column P1 QO, and then we will have PO QO. Now Q will be weights. Weights of the thing will be Q0. Okay. So the first one P0 Q0, P1 QO is 5 2. That is P1 multiplied by PO. Okay, 1400 into 1500. P1 Q0. P1, this one. Then 2500. Then this one will be 3000. 15. 15,000. Then 150 into 50 is 4500, and the last one will be P1, that is 8,000. Okay, 8,000. Now let's go for PO, QO. PO and QO, these two, 1400 multiplied by 35, 49, 49,000. Then second one would be 2,000. Third one will be 10,000. Then 15 into PO, 15 to the, that is 3,000. 3,000. And then 250, 5,000. Okay. Now let us sum them up, because we need their sum. 0, 0, 5 and 5, 10, 15, carrying over 1, 2 and 3, 3 into 5, 5 and 5, 10, 10, 14. How much is that? 5, 6, 7, 1, 8, 82,500.
96.
Huh?
96,000.
Which one? No, cannot be. 0, 0, 0, 0, 9, 2, 11, 11 into 14, and 5, 19, 4 and 5, 69,000. 69,000. So substitute these values here. P1 QO is 82500 upon 69,000. Okay. 69,000 into 100. That is equal to 1119.50. So in this case, first there is 34 point rounded off 5% increase in the family budget. यहाँ पे because the base is always taken as 100. यहाँ पे there is an increase of 19.5% in price. Increase in price. Understood? So this is the consumer price index by the family budget as well as the weighted aggregative expenditure method. Okay. Next, now we will take up the uses of index numbers. The uses of index number. The first use is as economic barrier, a barometer. Can I wipe out this board? Uses of index numbers is there. Uses of index numbers. First use we can say is as an economic barometer. As economic barometer. Now, what is a barometer used for? Barometers in physics is used for measuring the atmospheric pressure, right? Similarly, an index number is used to find the pulse of an economy, and it acts as a barometer to find the up and down in the general economic condition. So, index numbers measures the level of economic and business activities, and it is termed as an economic barometer by which we can find out, let's say, the indices of prices, the indices of output, foreign exchange, etc., etc. Okay. The second use is to measure comparative changes. To measure comparative to measure comparative changes. Comparative changes. Now, what is the comparative changes that we can measure? Measure relative, temporary, or cross-section changes in a variable with your same base figure. Like if we take our present year 2021 and we take our base year as 1990, then comparing the 2 years, we can draw inferences as to what are the changes which have taken place over the time period. 1990, if we take, let's say, oil or petrol at 1990, let's say, was, let's say, 60 rupees. Now it is 90 rupees, if you say. So the comparative, the changes could be drawn about by taking an index number using a base and the present year. Okay. The third, they help in framing suitable policies. They help in framing suitable policies. They help in framing suitable policies. All policies of index based on index number, okay, can be used for making suitable policies. For example, relative wholesale, relative price index numbers. These can be formed taking the index numbers. Okay, just like a psychologist, he measures the intelligence quotient of his patient. Similarly, index numbers compares a person's intelligence score with, let's say, that of an average of his age group. So index numbers is very useful for framing suitable policies. Fourth, to help in the study of trend. To help in the study of trend. Trend means a practice. Okay. So index numbers are useful for studying the tendency of a series over a period of time, like what was the trend of exports, what was the trend of imports, balance of payments, industrial production, etc. Okay, and the fifth and the last point, to measure the purchasing power of money. To measure the purchasing power of money. What does this mean? Index numbers are useful in finding out the intrinsic worth of money as contrasted with its nominal worth. So, very often we have heard statements made like the purchasing power of the Indian rupee is now 20 paisa. Okay, Indian rupee, let's say in the year 2000 is only 20 paisa as compared to its purchasing power in 1990. Have you heard statements like this? Yeah. It means that a person who was having, let's say, an income of rupees 1000 per month in 1990 should now have an income of rupees 5000 to maintain the same standard of living, which was in 1990. So this is how we measure the purchasing power of money. So these are the 5 uses of index numbers. Now we go to the next, inflation and index number. Inflation, inflation and index numbers. First of all, what is inflation? Inflation, we mean a general rise in the price level over time. General rise in the price level over time. This is called inflation. Now, inflation does not mean high prices, which many of us confuse. High prices. No, inflation does not mean high prices, but it is associated with rising prices. There is a difference. It is associated with rising prices. So, the essence of inflation is excess of demand over supply. Excess of demand over supply. Then the variations in the general price level of India are measured into 2 types of index numbers, and they are, first of all, the wholesale price index, WPI, the wholesale price index, and the second is consumer price index, which we have already done. Consumer price index. Now, what is wholesale price index? Wholesale price index is generally published every week by the Office of Economics Advisor. It is generally published regularly every week by the Office of the Economic Advisor, which is the Ministry of Industry, and it is of the Government of India. Now, broadly, the goods are classified into 3 main groups while we are studying the wholesale index numbers. First, we have primary goods. Primary goods. PRI. Primary goods. Like, what are primary goods? Primary goods are obtained by exploiting natural resources. When you exploit natural resources, like when you talk about food articles, wheat, rice, pulse. When you talk of non-food materials, they would be raw cotton, jute, oil seeds, etc. Then we have fuel, power, light, and lubricants. Light and lubricants. And the third is manufactured products. Manufactured products. So for studying the wholesale index numbers, goods are broadly classified into these three headings: primary goods, fuel, power, light and lubricants, and manufactured products. Now, weights are assigned to goods which are normally expressed in percentages. Now, the wholesale price index WPI, it is most widely used price index in India, and it is an indicator. It is an indicator of a movement in the wholesale price of 676 commodities in all trade and transactions. So it is the movement of the wholesale price of 676 commodities in all trade transactions. Now, WPI, that is wholesale price index, is the only price index in India which is available on a weekly basis with the shortest time lag of 2 weeks. Understood? This is what comes under the wholesale price index numbers. What are the uses of wholesale price index numbers? The first use is for price trends in India. Price trends in India. The first use of wholesale price index is for a price trend in India. Second, for measuring the rate of inflation. Third, for forecasting future prices. Forecasting future prices. Fourth, estimation of demand and supply. Fourth is estimation of demand and supply. Fifth is determining real changes. Determining real changes in aggregates. And the last point, 6, is uses in planning. So these are the 6 uses of the wholesale price index numbers. And with that, we will stop today's class with the chapter coming to a close. This was a revision. I had done it earlier with the class which had come for on offline classes, but this is done for the benefit of those who could not attend the classes. Okay.